All right, everybody. Welcome back to Foxhound Finance, where we analyze market trends, financial reports, market news, and hunt down potential investing opportunities in the stock market using technical analysis. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you never miss important market updates from me. And lastly, please remember this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. All right, guys, let's get into it and see what's going on with SPY, AMC, Rivian, and Unity today. But first, I just want to do a quick review of the news and updates on all the situations going on in the world. We already talked yesterday about the tariffs and the impact of that. We talked about the ceasefire proposal by the United States being accepted by Ukraine. Not only Ukraine, but it looks like Russia's coming around and accepting the ceasefire proposal as well. So things are starting to shift now, right, into the positive. CPI data was 2.8%. Just yesterday, those results came in the morning. And we also have FOMC next week coming up. So a very volatile event coming up next week. Potentially, rates getting cut, maybe not cut, just staying still. That's all up in the air still. But that is the news. So now we want to go in and look at our updates on SPY. Okay, so this is what I'm seeing here, guys. Let's look at the setup. Again, repeat channel, 10% correction over here happening between July and August. Again, and then modern day here, we'll say present day, we have the 10% correction in its full happening right here, and we're like riding this line. We got a 549 breach here of my level. So there it goes. I'm a complete fraud. I was off here. Like this thing is fighting for its life at this 552 right now. But I did explain to you guys yesterday that, typically you look for these 10% corrections as your baseline, right? Because what can happen is a spring action, right, can happen. And what's interesting is it doesn't need to happen all the time, like in Wyckoff theory, I guess. You could get a 2 to 3% spring after the 10% moves. You didn't get it here. You just got your full 10% and then you went on your bull run. So this makes me believe we are at a crucial moment, and why I think the big run is coming, because this sell-off here, you're not going to be seeing much like this when this finishes, in my opinion. I think this is going to be the one that really melt the market up when we run. And also, in Wyckoff theory, this is the weak hands moment. This is the weak hands moment. This is the terminal shakeout moment. Okay, the moment of truth for, buyers and sellers, smart money versus dumb money, I guess, right? And that's exactly how they see us. And they know exactly what they need to do to scare people off. So am I counting this 549 as the spring? Not necessarily. It could be, right? I mean, you have FOMC, so that's looming in the background. And we know how the FOMC meetings can go. This could be priced in already, and then we could just go crazy going into it. Or you could get your spring down and then bounce out of it and go nuclear. And what I'm looking for is, when I see these levels, right, I see that my 10% correction is right here, and we're kind of poking below it. I mean, we showed strength, we popped back up, closed at 551, pretty much right there on the dot. We're like $3, $4 off our full 10% correction. But if we do get like even a 2 to 3% drop, that actually brings you right here to 536 levels. So let me just show you how deep this drop would be. So this right here is your actual finish. This is your spring right here, this level. I really don't want to. I mean, it doesn't matter. I've already been buying at these levels down here. This is where I've been loading. So if we get down here again, I'll just be a buyer. But it's possible to see that real quick. But what are we talking about? $16 from here, something like that. So in all reality, it's not a big deal. I wouldn't really want to see us go all the way down to 500 or 489. I wouldn't want to see nothing crazy like that, because at that point, yeah, you're pretty much, something went wrong in this whole equation, right? So respecting the core values of the trading methods that I've learned, I would say that this could be your deep spring if this already isn't considered a spring, given that you broke the upward trend line from the previous low, and you've broken the channel, and you've broken the 200 EMA. So if that's not spring enough, then you could get something like that and then just go crazy. Remember, I told you in 5 days from the bottom of this setup over here, it did not take you long to rebound, right? 10 days to fully retrace the channel. And I think what they do psychologically is they do this long, drawn out sell off like this, right? Again, trying to weaken your hand, trying to get you to sell, right? And that's essentially what the tactics are. So I'm waiting for that moment, potentially, right? You could go down here and then just go crazy up. I did see a little bit of it on the 5-minute right here. I thought, oh crap, this could be our spring, but it did come back down again, and it looks like it finished up right here, green. So we're still in that moment of truth right now, we'll say. So without beating a dead horse here, that's where we are with the SPY. Again, standing by the reversal around here. And again, I did buy another like $400 or $500 worth of stock today. Just spread it across, the core plays that I'm in right now. But that's just me, not financial advice. You guys buy when you want to, sell when you want to. That's up to you. But that's just kind of what my strategy was, is to get, when we broke this trend line right down in here, that's when I started trying to buy up as much as I could in the right way, like efficiently, in the right increments, right, without not going overboard. So one last thing I will say about SPY before I get to our other points here, guys, is that this right here would be your major sell-off. This here is a 27% meltdown dating back to 2022, January. And I think this was around the time the Russia-Ukraine issues started as well. But I'm not saying that's the only reason. I think this is where the market topped out, and you got a 27% meltdown, okay, before you came out of this channel and then made a small accumulation range. It was only for like what, November 22nd to May 23rd. So what is that, a year and a half, I want to say? Something like that? No, not even. Yeah, not even. Like, I don't know, like 8, 9 months. And then you went on the next run to date right here. So then you had your ascending channel start. So anyways, that's just something I wanted you guys to see, is that, like, what does a real meltdown look like? I mean, this one's systematic too. This isn't even a crash. This is just like market resetting. I think inflation too is also very high at these points. So again, that's your market reset, really, barring no catastrophic event like over here. Okay. Like with the COVID crash that happened in like no time, right? Like 10, what is this, 10 days or something? So that's just the difference right there. I wanted to show you guys what the market sell-off is, the cycle ending versus, the restart. So we're at about 10%-ish, 10.5% right now in this moment for this correction. So let's get over into AMC, because these aren't going to be as lengthy today. It'll be pretty simple. Right where we left off yesterday, still local area high channel descending down here, or trend line, I should say, descending down here with your descending channel that you're trading inside of. I told you guys that we had a key breaking point right here where these trends are converging. You can see the price action. You can see the market makers, or they, as people call them, in control, like trying to hold it below these lines right now until they're ready, right? And again, you could still get your spring. Like, again, for SPY, for AMC, for RIVN, for Unity, you can get that last candle before you see the major melt-up reaction. You're going to know it. It's pretty apparent when it happens, okay? So if we do get those springs, you could definitely, it could take you by surprise, because you'll start seeing things melting up like ridiculous percentages off the area. So again, I'm keeping my word on this one. Really what it's looking like to me is that you need to just break this purple line, red line, and this channel. So the very maximum, again, like I said in previous videos, would be like, I mean, the lines are converging now within, like, basically, yes, today and tomorrow. So you have FOMC next week, some white noise in the background, right, in terms of the market. But once we get past this, like, you got to go sideways here eventually, right? So if you just were to trade sideways at this level, right, and don't go all the way down to the channel down here, that'd be crazy. Then you would basically be ending like somewhere outside here, right? What is this? 4-1. Like I said, April Fools, I think it's in like 6 videos ago. I was like, April Fools, this is where the channel is. But I do think we'll get some pressure up, and then maybe end of the month, maybe end of next week. It's just going to depend, I think, on how they want to paint this, right? And if we do get that spring. So if you see the spring, that means we're pretty much bottomed out in this phase of the market, right? So that's where I see AMC at right now. Again, I said impulse wave. I had us at, no, put my arrow back. Impulse wave, we had the $12 mark, and then I said I think the next impulse wave would be around $22 to $23 range if we don't get a super squeeze play, right? If we don't get a super squeeze candle and go nuclear, right? That is just a conservative target based on the fib levels. So that's what I'm looking for. EMA 200 really quickly, 508. Damn, we got a really hard push today. Yeah, so 2-cent drop in the full for the 200 EMA. So again, your EMAs are right there, ready to take them all. And then, like I said, with your 200 EMA being so close, I think you'll get that blast off move. So looking for some very, very big upside when this thing does decide to break. I don't see us getting like a little small move and then coming down and doing this. I just do not see that. That's my opinion. So that's it for AMC. Let's look at, where are we at? Where is RIVN? There we go. I'm all mixed up here. Okay, so RIVN, here we go again. We have another descending channel. This is on the weekly time frame. Right here, guys. So started your channel, bouncing in and out of the channel here. This is on the daily, actually. Let's look at the weekly. Whoopsie. There we go. There we go. All right. So here we go. We got our look inside the channel, selling climax right there, bouncing off the upward trend line, 826. What is this, $9-ish? And now it looks like we have a slight candle so far to start the week off, or nearing the end of the week, I should say, below our upward channel. But I do expect, like I said, with even a spring, I mean, you're getting very close to 950. Like, technically wise, this is like right there. I mean, this is very close. We're like $1 off. So I'm almost apt to say like we're ready to go. You know what I mean? Like this drop that we've had, maybe tomorrow's a super green day in the market and we see the whole reversal. It could be very possible, right? But that's what I'm seeing right now with RIVN. It's just, I mean, it's riding this trend line. If I go to the daily, even right here, you're still riding up and down this trend line, right? Sometimes you're underneath, sometimes you're above, and we're kind of split in half right now. So RIVN right now, guys, I did buy more RIVN today. I bought more Unity today. Again, anytime I'm seeing us near these levels, I'm buying, not in a crazy way. Like I said, I'm going to keep accumulating, watching the price action. And if I do get a spring, I will try to catch it. But I'm telling you right now, catching a spring move is very, very tough because they do it so quick that when the price action comes down, a lot of people are scared, wondering when it's going to stop. So they just sit there and watch. And then before they can even do anything, it just goes off. Like it just goes nuclear. Like it goes off. You'll have fat red candles printing like this. You know what I mean? And it's just very difficult for people to jump in. And then they're scared about getting faked out. So this is the psychology. You have to be very careful. And this is why I sprinkle money in as we're near these levels, because even if I miss the spring, I don't care because I know where the play is going. I told you guys for RIVN, $28 potentially. And if we break the $28 channel, well, then it could be game on for $40 and then up here to $56 and just start our range, right? And start ascending to top this market out. So that's what I was seeing here. And I told you guys before that if we break this zone that we're in right now in this weekly, right? You break your channel, come up, you kiss the channel, you could definitely come back down, bonk your head, or I should say, touch your feet on the previous ceiling here, and then go for it. That's definitely possible. But I think once you get up here, it's going to be pretty much up to what the market is deciding to do. If we're hitting the end phases now of this bull run, then you could just start getting these massive upside moves to retrace. Because I told you guys before, if you're going to have this massive market sell-off or crash, a lot of these stocks can't be in this range. They just can't be in this range. And I doubt that 17% owner Amazon is going to watch this die, right? I doubt that they're going to see this go below these levels all the way down to like $2. I just don't see that being the case, especially after they had a great last quarter. So everything lines up for this to start retracing this channel up here, okay? With your EMA now sitting at 38 bucks. Let's look at the 200 EMA on the daily. Right there at 1291. Keep that in mind. This is where your EMAs are clustered, ready to be taken. And by the way, RSIs for everything, like look at this. 35 on the RSI here. There's really barely any room to move for a lot of the plays. I saw SPY today. The RSI was at like 27 on the daily at one point. Just keep that in mind. That's very oversold conditions right there. So we're going to look at Unity to finish this thing off. All right, let's go back to the weekly. I don't know why I keep doing that. Same thing. This is the identical twin chart, twin brother, twin sister chart. Right here, here's your channel, same exact situation, selling climax, upward trend line. And we are doing this same exact thing that we're seeing with RIVN right now. We're pretty much resting right on this trend line on the weekly. If I pop the daily open real quick, boom, splitting it in half. You know, this guys could not have gone more perfect. The only way this is going to be like really crazy if they get us far below and have us like come down to the bottom of this channel. That'd be nuts. I mean, it would have to take something, I think, catastrophic to paint that move, right? Because you basically delete all this upward action that has been trending, and you broke you're pretty much about to break this descending channel. I mean, it would be nuts to see that, but this worked out perfectly. Up here, I was telling people like, hey, I don't know if I'm being a buyer yet. And I said that it could come back down to this level here when I drew it out. I said 20 bucks, man, and we're sitting at 20.48 today. Let that sink in. Okay, $20. I even said that at some point we could get 19. But it's all about how fast this decides to play out, right? I think around this point right here, you're about 19 on the trend line, but this trend line is going upward. So the more time that goes on for these downside moves, the further up you're going in the price action if you're respecting this line, the support. So that's what I see right now for Unity. Again, guys, I said for Unity, this one's very scary. If you break the top of this channel, right, typically you retrace the entire channel. You come back up to at least here, $58 to $60 from current price levels of 20 bucks. That's a 3x play right there, potentially, if we get the full Wyckoff move. Now, here's the other part, the EMAs. Look at your daily right now, clustered up. I'm telling you right now, this is signifying to me a massive move is coming, okay? Huge. You take all of these on the daily, this thing's going. And if we look at the weekly, I just popped you out of the daily there. Look at the 200 EMA on the daily, or sorry, the 200 EMA on the weekly, $42. And I just told you that if you break out this channel, you typically ascend up to the top of it. Well, you're going to be like $18 above your 200. So minimum resistance could be the 200, and you come back down, touch the channel, and then really go. But I'm telling you right now, like you come up to this $60 level, guys, you basically could see something like this. Like, if let's say if just today, for theoretical purposes, this comes up, you come up to the top of this, maybe you come down, touch the 200 EMA, and the 200 EMA is now your support line as your bottom support line. And then you start getting those waves I told you about up here, this action here. You start getting those waves up like this. That is freaky. If we get that, guys, that's a smash play right there. So again, everything that I've been seeing, guys, across the market today is in line exactly with what I thought it would be. And again, if I'm off by, even like $15 for my 10% correction bottom, then I don't even care, guys. I'm very happy with where I was able to load up shares. And again, the spring moves, you're going to be at work. You're going to be, you're not going to be glued to your phone, right? So it's like you're not going to see that move like 80% of the time coming. Like you could know that the spring's coming, right? But how fast it's going to happen and how quick that rebound is, like I'm telling you, like sometimes it's to the point where you're trying to get an order in and it's so volatile, like even it's difficult, right, to do just something as simple as that, like getting your freaking order in. So those spring moves are very quick. But the grand scheme of things is, are we loading up in a potential spot, right, to make serious money? And I think so. And I think, in my opinion, that's what I've been doing. I've been systematically putting money in and injecting money in right at these areas. And again, if I get a little bit lower, like if I miss a little bit of a lower push or entry point, right? If I get, even if it comes down to here, like $18 or something, I'll try my best, right, to get in there. But dude, if they bring this down to 18 bucks, they can get that thing back up over this line in a heartbeat. Like you wouldn't believe. Trust me, when they're ready to let it go, it'll go. So that is everything that I'm seeing, guys, in the market. It looks very good. I'm not stressing about any of this stuff. Like I said, they kind of, I had a little spit in the face moment there, you know, when they brought me down to 549 and tried to delete my credibility, whatever I had left. Like that's really all I had left right there. Boom, there's my 552 gone. And I even posted on the channel here, the remember the Titans, how strong are you? Too strong. That's exactly what the SPY was trying to do today. It was trying to respect me, man. It was really trying to hold the line, but it just did not. You know, we got a little dip below that. So 549.68 is what we got here. So we'll see if we do get the knife down before going straight up. Again, FOMC is, I think it's Tuesday into Wednesday, 18th and 19th. So just keep an eye out for that meeting, guys, and pay attention because we are hitting that crucial moment. They are trying to shake weak hands out. I told you it's a terminal shakeout moment. This is the moment where they will try to scare the shit out of people. So keep your eyes open, your brains fully turned on. I will keep you guys up to date going into tomorrow. And again, I will have a live stream on Saturday. That's everything that I have for you guys today. Appreciate you. If you're new, checking the channel, make sure to subscribe, all right, so you can stay up to date with us following these trends and all these core plays. All righty, I will see you guys in a video tomorrow. Everybody, good luck. I'll see you then.